the type of epithelium present here? Simple squamous. This is the name. What are the 2 points for identification? What is A? What do you mean by simple? One layer of cell. Why we mention the squamous? Flatten the cell with flattening the nuclei. Okay? So simple means one layer of cells. Squamous cells are flat and their nuclei are flat. This is the first slide. No, the section will not be under the microscope. It will be data show.
Because it has flattened nuclei.
Flatten the cells with flatten the nuclei. Yes. Pseudostratified columnar provided with or stereocilia. With stereocilia. Because they are long branched microvilli.
طب إذا فيليا بس إيش الفرق؟ إذا فيليا بس.
What's the type of epithelium? Pseudostratified columnar with stereocilia. Why? One layer of cells. Nuclei are oval and basal. Surface have stereocilia. Or provided at the surface with stereocilia. You may add, all cells does not reach to the surface, but the tall ones go to the surface. Okay?
Can you repeat it again?
Repeat it again. What is the type of section? Epithelium. It is pseudostratified columnar with stereocilia. What do you mean by pseudostratified columnar? All the cells rest on the basement membrane or basal lamina, but some of them reach to the surface and the others stay basal. Because the basal cells renew the other types of cells. What is present on the surface is stereocilia. Okay? What?
Nuclei basal, صح?
Yes, all the nuclei are basal, does not reach to the surface. If they reach it to the surface, it's a stratified epithelium. Number 3. Okay? Move. Okay? What is the type of epithelium seen? Simple cuboidal. Why it's simple cuboidal? A.
One layer of.
One layer of cubical cells. Nucleus is rounded and central. So these are the 2 points for identification.
مش مذاكر يا حبيبي مش هتكلم اقول ايه؟
Simple cubical epithelium.
اتفلسف اطلع اهو الا في العلم.
One layer of cubical cells. Nucleus is rounded.
لا بس عشان يأثر على الزيزون كذا.
Yes, yes. Okay.
With goblet cells.
Yes. What is the name of the section of the type of epithelium? Simple columnar with goblet cells. The large distended upper parts of goblet cell which contain mucus. One row of nuclei oval, and basal. So these are columnar cells with basal oval nuclei, and these are goblet cells. Now, what is the type of section? Simple columnar with goblet cells. 2 points of identification: columnar cells with basal oval nuclei, and number 3, goblet cells with upper distended part. I can repeat. Okay, what is the name of the section? Simple columnar with goblet cells. If I ask it by the end of the year where you can find it, what you have to say? Intestinal. Intestinal. But now in this slide, you will mention 2 identification points, 2 characters. One character is tall columnar cells with basal oval nuclei, or columnar cells with basal oval nuclei. B, goblet cells with upper distended egg. Goblet cells. What? The function outside that, مش بالاختبار ده. This اختبار will be simple, but don't forget that you will have medical questions.
This one?
How?
Present in the lantern slides in the practical. In the theoretical exam.
كيف يعني؟
One more point. Your slides for lecture have medical cases. Okay?
Oh, okay, okay.
You may have questions in these medical cases.
In this coming quiz or final?
In this quiz and in all quiz. Okay? Clear? Clear? Okay. Histology is related to structure, function, and disease. So, the question may have one of these 3 items. Is it clear?
Yes.
Who just study histology books, which are old in their information. But you are free to study from where? Any time.
for example, على medical cases.
You have it in your data show slide. You have it actually. Go to the data show slide.
حتكون خيارات دكتور صح؟
Yes?
حتكون خيارات.
I don't know. It may be true and false or MCQ. Because some of you study from books from the last century. Okay? Yes, really. Believe me. They want very few pages for every subject. And the world is changing.
Pseudo-stratified columnar ciliate.
Okay, what is this type of epithelium?
Pseudo-stratified
Pseudo-stratified columnar ciliated. Why? Nuclei are oval and basal. Goblet cells, cilia, cells which reach the surface are provided with cilia. Put 2 points for identification. Yes, you have a question? Again. Pseudo-stratified columnar ciliated with goblet cells. Another name, respiratory epithelium. 2 names for the same thing. Because pseudo-stratified columnar ciliated with goblet cells, you will not find it except in respiratory tract. So we call it respiratory epithelium. You can say pseudo-stratified columnar ciliated with goblet cells, or you can say respiratory epithelium. Now, columnar cells with basal oval nuclei, goblet cells with upper distended bar. Cells are reached to the surface provided with cilia. Selected 2. Selected 2.
From this 3 points.
Yes, from these 3 points. Now, by the way, for not to break the slide again.
Serious
سكرتوري
Serious.
سيرس ساينس
Yeah, serious. Use serious.
سيرس دي خلايا سكرتوري.
You see here two types of assignat. What are these two types? The smaller, darker ones with rounded nuclei are the serous. The larger, paler one with flattened basal nuclei are mucus. Okay? One more time. What is the identification of section? Name of section? What's present? Serous and mucus assignat. A. If you started by serous are darker with rounded, smaller, darker with rounded nuclei. Mucus are larger, paler with flattened basal nuclei. Yes.
How much time we're given per slide?
Suitable time. It will be exposed on the screen.
How much time? By the time you switch the slide.
2 minutes, maximum 3 minutes. Okay?
كونكتيف تيشو.
Okay. What is the type of epithelium present here?
ستراتيفايد كويرس.
Stratified squamous non-keratinized. Because we have two types of stratified squamous epithelium. One is non-keratinized while the other is keratinized. So you have to mention non-keratinized. Why? Stratified. First point of identification. A. What you have to write? Multiple layers of cells. This means stratified. Why squamous? The superficial cells are flattened. Or the top layer of cells is formed of flattened cells. Or cells on the surface are flattened. Because we classify stratified epithelium according to the shape of cells present at the surface.
The name of the section, Victor?
What we mentioned?
ستراتيفايد سكواموس وكراتينايز.
Keratinized or non-keratinized? Non-keratinized. Okay. Okay? Another picture, but I think it's not so good. What is this type of epithelium on the inner side? Here, one layer of cells with one layer of flattened cells with flattened nuclei. It's not so good. Okay, simple squamous, but not so good. I'm not bringing it. Okay, I'll get the epithelium first and I'll go down to the connective tissue.
ستراتيفايد سكواموس كراتينايز.
Stratified squamous keratinized epithelium.
How? Why?
What's the type of epithelium? Stratified squamous keratinized. Why? Stratified squamous, multiple layers of cells, and the top layer of the living cells is flattened. Top layer of cells is flattened. After that, the cells die and they accumulate keratin and form a horny layer. So, what is the name of the section? Stratified squamous keratinized epithelium. Why? Covered by layer of keratin. The top layer of cells is flattened and covered by a layer of keratin, whatever you like. Clear? Okay. Now, to move the connective tissue. But there is transitional epithelium, but I move to the connective tissue.
Transition حضرتك.
هجيبه بس انا في السلايد بدل ما اشيله واحطه تاني. Okay. What is this type of section? Connective tissue. Which type of connective tissue? Irregular. Is it dense or non-dense? Dense. So what is the type of section here? Dense irregular connective tissue. Why? A and B. Rich in collagen bundles or fibers. Fibers run in different directions. One more time. The type of tissue, dense irregular connective tissue. As you see, it is present in the skin, dermis of the skin. Number two, the fibers run in different directions. Or the bundles of collagen fibers run in different directions. Okay? Now, yes. You can say dense irregular wide connective tissue, whatever, but dense irregular connective tissue is quite sufficient. Now, I can get a high magnification.
Regular and of different directions. Dense and of different games. دكتور
انت كل شويه راسك تطلع فوق الفيديو. واضح؟ تكفى ننزله بعدين على اليوم ولا ننزله ان شاء الله؟
ياسر انا حاطط ياسر.
You finished? You finished?
كذا. تعال شوف بسرعة.
Okay. Yes.
The previous slide, the regular dense connective tissue.
This is the same. It's the same slide, but with a higher
We said regular because the
fibers or bundles run in different directions.
directions. Dense
Dense reaching fibers.
is richer.
So dense is reaching fibers. Irregular in different fibers are in different directions. Okay? Now the last slide of epithelium.
You mentioned something about epidermis in the slide as well.
No, it's a slide in the skin. The previous section was epidermis, which is epithelium. Stratified squamous keratinized. If I move the slide down, it will be dense irregular connective. Okay. No, it's inverted slide. I have to.
لانه ما بقي الايه تستهبل انت فيها اعلى.
كده لحظه يا جماعه. امسك.
ليه
بطلع شريحه.
احتاج انا اشرب.
Okay. What is the name of this type of epithelium? I hear someone saying the right name. Okay. It's stratified. Why? The nuclei are different in different levels, so their cells are present at different levels. As regards the nuclei reach to the surface, it's stratified epithelium. Which type of them, according to the shape of superficial color? It's cuboidal or broad cuboidal with rounded nuclei. What is this type of epithelium is? Transitional epithelium.
There's some also nuclei.
These are inverted flask-shaped cells in the next layer.
No.
آخر واحدة
First time. Right there, Victor.
No.
Right
It may
there.
be removed. It may be removed. This is similar to that, Okay, I remove the section to get a better size. To get a better size.
دكتور ليش عرفنا هنا ترانزيشنال؟
What's about the two central cells? Move it to another side. Move it to another side. Not every side is good. Not every slide is good. Not every side is good. What do you think? Do the cells have a dome-shaped surface or apical part which characterize the cells forming the top layer in transitional epithelium? Yes. What is this type of epithelium? Is transitional epithelium. It is stratified, it is formed of multiple layers of cells. Why it's transitional? The top layer is formed of cubical cells. Our broad cubical cells with central rounded one or two nuclei. But actually here we see one nucleus. Is it clear or difficult? No. Number one, stratified epithelium. Why? Multiple layers of cells. Number two, transitional, characterized by its top layer. It has a dome-shaped apex, and they are broad cubical. So, identification point A, more than one layer. Identification point B, the superficial cells are maybe superficial cells contain central rounded nucleus with dome-shaped apex. Clear? Okay. Now to the connective tissue. But don't forget the previous one, which is the dense cerebral connective tissue. What is this type of connective tissue? Loose, areolar connective tissue. Why? Loose, areolar connective tissue. Why? Connective tissue fibers. Connective tissue cells together with intercellular matrix. Okay? One more time. Loose areolar connective tissue. Do the fibers are rich?
Yes.
If the fibers are rich, we call this type of connective tissue dense. Okay? And the dense may be regular or irregular. But here, it is not rich in fibers. Number two, the cells are scattered and we have different types of cells. What's present in between the cells and the fibers here? Matrix. Okay? So the section is those connective tissue. Why? Few fibers, connective tissue cells, and the matrix. Slide number 2. I didn't get it by high power magnification. I don't know why. What do you think? This is much better? Yes. Loose areolar connective tissue. Okay, what is the type of this tissue? Adipose tissue. Why? Why it is adipose tissue? What characterizes the adipose tissue? Rich in what? Fat cells. What is the type of this adipose tissue? Because we have two types. White adipose tissue. White adipose tissue. So, what is the name of the section? White adipose tissue. 2 points for identification. Lobules of fat cells separated by connective tissue septa. Septa, فواصل, قواطع, to carry the blood vessels and the nerves to the cell. So, What is the name of the section? White adipose tissue. Why? Unilocular fat cells forming globules. Or unilocular fat cells, not multilocular. Fat cells form globules separated by septa, connective tissue septa. Okay? Easy. This is another easy section. Okay. Tell me the name.
Reticular.
Reticular what? Connective tissue. Stained by silver. Because reticular fibers have to be demonstrated by silver stain. They does not appear in hematoxin and leucine stain. Number two, a network of anastomosing reticular cells and fibers. So, what is the section? Reticular connective tissue. 2 points of identification appear by silver stain. Forming of network of reticular cells and fibers. Okay? Clear? When we can find them, support to the parenchyma cells of organs. So, what is the name of the section? Reticular connective tissue. Why? Network stained by, appear brown by silver stain, forming of network of reticular fibers and reticular cells. The last to go. What is the name of the section? Dense regular connective tissue. Or you can say tendon. Okay? Why it's a tendon? Number one, fibers run in one direction. What is present in between the bundles of fibers here? Fibrocytes present in rows in between the bundles of fibers. So what is the diagnosis or the name of the section? Tendon. You can say dense regular connective tissue. Why? Fibers run in one direction. Fibrocytes in rows, piece of wood, in between collagen fibers or collagen bundles. That's it. Okay? Thank you. It's up to you.